Hey, you know how the economy is taking big hits right now due to the deep and wide effects of the COVID-19 virus? Well, it seems like one pop media dinosaur pundit is applauding this. He's the media's darling economist Paul Krugman, and he appears to have no shame and no insight into how economics actually works. Hi everyone, I'm Gardner Goldsmith for MRCTV, and this one takes the proverbial cake. Until the next time Paul Krugman says something smashingly dumb or insulting, Krugman just tweeted his seeming praise of COVID-19 pushing the Dow to, for the third time this month, drop a record amount by the close of trading Monday. Why? Well, it will hurt Donald Trump, of course. Seriously, this is what Krugman said. Economists, myself included, often make a point of saying that the stock market is not the economy, which it isn't. It is, however, pretty much the Trump presidency. Take away his magic talisman, and there's nothing left. Now, we all know he didn't mention the virus itself. But we also know that the trigger for these sell-offs has been the vast and deep set of economic ramifications of the effect of the virus on productivity and supply chains. What Krugman just did was incredibly ghoulish and almost impossible to comprehend. But of course, it's easy to comprehend when one considers Krugman's history of errant economic diagnoses, witch doctor-like remedies, and pathologically bizarre collectivist money-pumping theories. This is the man who for years resisted calling the 08-11 economic troubles a recession, even when technically it could have been called a depression because it was so deep and so prolonged. He instead kept saying economic downturn, softening the rhetoric perhaps because real terms might reflect badly on Barack Obama and on Krugman's own ideas. This is the man who actually said that all the U.S. economy needed to rise from the downturn was an alien invasion or the threat of one because it would get people working.
If we discovered that space aliens were planning to attack and we needed a massive buildup to counter the space alien threat, and really inflation and budget deficits took secondary place to that, this slump would be over in 18 months. And then if we discovered, whoops, we made a mistake, there aren't actually any space aliens.
So we need Orson Welles, is what you're saying.
No, there was a Twilight Zone episode like this in which scientists fake an alien threat in order to achieve world peace. Well, this time we don't need it. We need it in order to get some fiscal stimulus.
Oh, this is painful. And this sort of misguided thinking is part and parcel with the also misguided idea that World War II lifted the U.S. economy out of the Great Depression. Krugman believes it, he said it before, and many others seem to believe this. Well, it's absolutely false. Wasteful spending like that and pushing people into world wars doesn't help an economy. As economists and economic professors like Robert Higgs and Art Carden, and as historian Jim Powell and many others have observed, the siphoning of people and natural resources, including temporal resources, from producing products for the market that could help better people's lives and shifting those resources into sending young men around the world to fight or digging ditches for no reason whatsoever or building weapons and fueling them to grow a massive federal bureaucracy at the same time, none of these things bettered the economic wealth of people. Wealth is not busy work. Wealth is based on subjective determinations made by individuals regarding what betters their lives. And wealth is not increased by war or a natural disaster destroying businesses, homes, and lives. And likewise, wealth isn't created by conjuring currency out of thin air, which is one of Krugman's go-to solutions for pretty much anything. Perhaps even a sore throat. Is that a little? Creating currency that has no connection to a reserve of value like a commodity merely destroys the buying power of each unit of currency that is out there, and it hands advantages to the early receivers of this currency, usually politically connected people at banks or big corporations, and then it drives up prices and causes malinvestments until the average consumers begin to see that their prices are far too high for things that they buy, way higher than the actual value of those things, and they begin to pull back their spending. The boom-bust cycle is the result, leaving resources wasted, people unemployed, and economies in shambles. It's one thing to note that the stock market is already overvalued due to the money printing and bogus government bailouts of banks and politically favored corporations that has already happened since '08. It's a whole different ballgame to continue calling for that kind of policy, even as one applauds a market crash that signifies not only harm to people's savings, but signifies a humanitarian crisis due to a deadly virus. Krugman's past is inexcusable and smacks of the opportunism of Democrat darlings like Rahm Emanuel and Hillary Clinton when they have advised people to, yes, you know,
you never want a serious crisis to go to waste.
Well, everybody, we've been advised to self-quarantine. Perhaps Paul Krugman should do the same for his unctuous ideology and harmful policy prescriptions. At least that would be something to say there was a positive out of all of this trouble. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget, like and subscribe. I wish you all the best during this time of troubles. Thank you for being part of this circle of friends. Thanks to everyone at MRCTV and the whole team out there. I really appreciate you being here, and I appreciate being with the MRCTV gang. Don't forget, visit mrctv.org. Go to MRC-store for great fashions, and I'll see you soon. For MRC TV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.